Era of Expansion. Chapter 1. Alternate Universe. Krypton. Era of Expansion. Krypton did not welcome children anymore. The world screamed beneath iron skies. Kal El was born in silence, no ceremonial chamber, no genetic overseers, no cold hands of the Science Council. His mother labored alone in a cavern carved from black crystal stone on the outer continental wastes of Krypton, where failed colonies and political exiles were left to rot. The red sun raw burned weakly above. The moment Kal inhaled his first breath, he knew. DC Comics, Krypton, Superman. But looking around and at the distant primitive orbital Kryptonian-style ships. I'm 50,000 years too early. His mind was intact, his memories whole, and that knowledge terrified him more than the cold. Was the fact in this era natural birth was illegal already, punishable by death. His mother sadly died 3 hours later, her body already failing from exposure and malnutrition. Council drones, old and faulty due to the magnetic distributions in certain areas of the wasteland, arrived at dawn. Guided by genetic anomaly pings, but Kal did not cry. He did not move. He watched. He learned. He luckily survived by not moving. The drones scanned the corpse, declared the child stillborn, and left. That was the first time his bloodline saved him. ... Time skip. Age 3. The full awakening. Kal was alone when it happened. No drone witnesses. No scientific instruments. Just a fractured stone wall and his shaking hands. He pushed. The cavern wall folded inward like soft clay. 1 ton. His cells ignited not with heat, but hunger. Solar radiation flooded him. Not just sunlight, not just heat, but everything. His dark melanin-rich skin drinking in the light much faster. He understood instinctively. What he absorbed could never be taken back. So he hid and trained himself with basic shadow boxing and Muay Thai. Age 5. The Empire above. Kryptonian war fleets screamed across the sky. Cities burned on distant worlds. Children were bred for war now, not born free. Kal dismantled scavenge tech at night near the dump, learning science faster than the Council academies, fueled by stolen data crystals and a mind sharpened by fear. Age 6. The lie of Krypton. He learned the truth. The Council had exterminated his bloodline because they couldn't control it. The Council could never accept anything that couldn't be controlled and weaponized for the glory of Krypton. Sun Eaters. Living batteries. Gods that did not obey. ... Age 7. Escape. His ship was small, silent, perfect. His AI activated for the first time. Designation. Sol 1. The launch alarms triggered too early. Council interceptors screamed toward him. Kal pushed the engines manually. 900 tons of strength anchored the hull as space tore open from the warp drive. A council decree echoed across the system. Kill on sight, no capture. Kal smiled for the first time. Good, and vanished towards his long journey to Earth. End of the Chapter 1. Chapter 1.2. The Kryptonian Council of Absolute Preservation. Commonly called the Red Council. They did not call themselves tyrants. They called themselves custodians of perfection. The Council, noble caste. The Council chamber was not built for comfort. It was a cathedral of judgment. Black sunstone pillars rose like gravestones, etched with the names of extinct houses. Crimson light from Ra filtered through stained crystal windows depicting Krypton's great purifications. Every echo lingered too long, as though the chamber itself listened. They wore living armor. It was ceremonial exo-regalia grown from bonded metals, cloaks trailing like funeral shrouds. Their voices were slow, measured and ritualized. High Conservator Val Thrax. Lord of genetic continuity. Perfection is not mercy. Mercy is rot given permission to breathe. Cold. Absolute. The executioner behind laws. ... Arch-Strategos Morkale. Master of expansion fleets. Empires are not built by the gentle hand, but by the fist that does not tremble. A conqueror poet. Loved war as art. Grand Sciarch Lorven. Keeper of forbidden sciences. What cannot be controlled must be erased. What cannot be erased must never be named. He authored The Genocide of Kale's Bloodline. Matriarch Senexillyra. Voice of tradition. The old blood remembers sins the young pretend to forget. We are eternal because we kill memory. She spoke softly. Her words were death warrants. Decree of the Council. Sealed record. The anomaly designated Sun Eater is a violation of Kryptonian destiny. Termination is mercy. Capture is forbidden. Failure is extinction. End of the chapter 1.2. Chapter 2. Bloodline name classified. Sol Abraxas line. Unique trait. Can absorb all radiation. Solar, yellow, red, blue, white, etc. Cosmic, exotic, artificial, dark matter radiation. Absorbed energy is permanent, cannot be drained, nullified, or reversed. Krypton's early Council Science Division exterminated on this bloodline long ago. POV shift. 6 years of hunt. The Council did not chase Kale with desperation. They hunted him with doctrine. Year 1, Age 7. The first blooding. Kale's stolen and modified scout vessel screamed through the void between conquered systems. Kryptonian tracking beacons burned invisible lines through space. The Militarum Purity squads were deployed. They were not soldiers. They were execution cadres. Each squad consisted of 12 gene-optimized Kryptonian warriors. Black armor sealed with anti-solar runes. Grav hammers, sun lances, neural disruptors. Kale did not fight them head-on. He learned to be ruthless on Krypton. When the first squad boarded his ship, gravity increases beyond their body's capabilities. Their bones shattered before they could scream. Kale's strength hovered at 900 tons, but he fought like prey, very dirty, precise and terrified death. I am not ready, he told himself. I must survive. That year, he built his first AI core. IO-1, Sol. Function, navigation, threat prediction. Personality, cold, literal, loyal. Limitation, no independent creativity. Sol. Engagement probability, 94% fatal if prolonged, sir. Kale. Then we don't prolong. Year 2, Age 8. Ashes of the Conquered. The hunt spread across 3 subjugated worlds. Kryptonian fleets burned cities simply to flush him out. Kale witnessed children crushed beneath orbital fire. Something inside him hardened that year. He fought openly for the first time. Against Squad Helios Black, he used the environment, collapsed a mountain range, buried him alive, then absorbed the radiation from the dying weapons. His strength climbed toward 950 tons. That year, he also forged AI-02. IO-2, Nox. Function, engineering, materials science. Personality, curious, adaptive. Specialization, reverse engineering Kryptonian tech. Nox. Kryptonian doctrine prioritizes dominance over efficiency, sir. Kale. Good. That makes them predictable. Year 3, Age 9. The Silence Doctrine. The Council changed tactics. No fleets. No announcements. Just ghosts. Assassin scholars trained to erase anomalies quietly. They nearly succeeded. Kale was impaled through the torso by a sun lance on a dead moon. His lack of actual militarized training and anti-assassination training was the reason for his loss. He did not scream. He forcefully absorbed the radiation. The weapon went dark. The assassin fled quickly. Kale stood alone, bleeding light instead of blood as he slowly started healing. Strength, 1,500 tons. That year, he created AI-03. IO-3, Vesper. Function, tactical combat modeling. Personality, sardonic, analytical. Role, battle command. Vesper, you are no longer prey, but your lack of skill and experience puts you at risk of becoming such. Kale, I know. Year 4, Age 10. The Militarum's Pride. The Council deployed a Legion detachment. 1,000 warriors. Kale lured them into a red binary star system. He absorbed radiation until space itself bent around him, gaining low-level flight, enough to move in the void where there's little resistance. Then he broke their flagship with his hands, targeting structural weak points analysis given by Sol and Vesper. He did not feel triumph, only necessity. Strength, 2,500 tons. I upgrade. The Ash were networked. They became the triumvirate. Sol, strategy. Nox, creation. Vesper, war. They began designing things Kale had not asked for yet but definitely would need. Armor, weapons, ships, plans of conquest. Year 5, age 11. The name becomes a curse. The council spoke his designation aloud for the first time. Sun Eater. Entire houses demanded his death to cleanse their honor. Kale dismantled a council listening outpost. He left survivors. On purpose. Strength, 3,500 tons. Vesper, fear has surpassed doctrine. Kale, let it rot them. Year 6, age 12 to 13. The final pursuit. The council committed heresy. They authorized planetary scorching. Kale was cornered near Krypton itself. 3 fleets. No escape vector. He absorbed everything. Weapons fire. Reactor bleed. Solar flares. At 5,000 tons, he punched a precise hole through the artificial space blockage net and vanished. His ship followed quickly. His final transmission was simple. I remember what you erased. ... The council reacts. Silence filled the chamber. Valthrax finally spoke. He will return. Illyra closed her eyes. And when he does, Krypton will remember why gods were forbidden. End of the chapter 2.